you're in essence going to a broker for their Rolodex. You're going to them to help you get into a specific account or a series of accounts and have a relationship. And they may or may not be able to do it. What you need to do is, first of all, though, get the information that you need to know to make sure that you've got enough margin, enough resources, enough samples, enough things to be able to support it properly. That's number one, because people underestimate that tremendously. And then sometimes you can get a chain on the phone that will say, they'll recommend a broker, even though they're not supposed to, they will. And then the other thing is, go call some other people who are in the space and ask them to recommend. And lastly, you probably have a dozen people in this room alone who would have a handful of people to recommend to you. So you can always find it. It's funny how the information travels, and nowadays it's really easy to travel. How fast it goes, it's kind of crazy. So you can find that out, but before you go, sometimes you can get a buyer in a key area and get them to answer the question, much to what you were saying, and you'd be surprised so-and-so will answer. And they'll say to you, look, before you come back to me, make sure you know this, this, and this, and why don't you talk to so-and-so, because they can help give you some information. They may not even recommend that you hire that person, but they may say they can give you information. So, and 2 points, do a distribution plan and pay the money up front for it, because if you sit there and you go hire a broker to shoot darts, you're going to waste so much more money. It's really just, it's not worth it. And it'll take, it's such a back 8 weeks and a little bit of money, but it's such a short term in the terms of long-term sales. So, I mean, you were talking about long-term sales, so you need to do that. We hit the key people in a class of trades. So we will take lines and go into Nordstrom's, Bloomingdale's, Neiman's, Bergdorf's, Macy's, and Dillard's in department stores. We won't do the rest. We do Walmart, Kmart, Target. We won't go beyond that. We catch the key highlights because there are a lot of people who will fill in the rest. We do several of the online stores. We do a lot of the independent beauty. We do all the natural, because they're smaller. They're smaller industries. And so we'll cut it that way. And so, for example, nobody actually brought up exclusivity in the discussion in terms of an exclusive on a hair care line, for example. But we'll cut it where we'll have, for example, 5 skincare lines, but none of them are competitive with each other. We currently represent 5 different nail polish lines. Again, none of them are competitive with each other, which sounds bizarre, but you know, I've got a $125 nail line kit of treatments. Okay, that's not competing with my $2.99, you know, polish that goes into Walgreens. No big deal.